Severe storm and hail warnings have been issued in Spain, as 100 millimeters of rain fell in just 1 hour at a holiday hotspot, leaving cars submerged underwater. Locals and tourists are bracing for chaos after the state meteorological agency, EMET, activated weather warnings for 25 provinces, 8 of which are orange. EMET forecasted orange-level warnings on Saturday for severe storms in Huesca, Teruel and Zaragoza, Barcelona, Girona, Lleida and Tarragona, and Castellón. These regions are set to be battered by extreme rainfall and potential flash floods, which could disrupt holidays and cause huge damages to neighborhoods. The Dana storm has caused the weather agency to activate red, orange, and yellow warnings across dozens of Spanish regions. The agency predicted rainfall of up to 50 liters per square meter in most of the regions in Aragon and Catalonia, which could spark local flooding and overflowing ravines. The Ebro Riverbank in Tarazona, Zaragoza province, was under red alert on Friday after it was hit with severe flooding, with nearly 100 millimeters of rain falling in just 1 hour. It will remain under red alert until late on Saturday, following the extreme weather which caused urban flooding and transport disruption at the holiday hotspot. The Military Emergency Unit, UME, was deployed to several towns in Zaragoza to help relieve the damage caused by the brutal rainfall. Local rescue teams reported over 30 flood-related incidents, including fallen trees and blocked roads, but no casualties. Shocking footage showed cars being swept away under the waves as intense rainfall pummeled Spanish streets. Hailstorm was seen pelting the pavements as locals took shelter from the dangerous weather. And streams of muddy water were seen flowing down streets while taking chairs and fences in their destructive paths. There will also be storm warnings in several other regions, including Alicante and Valencia, Ribera del Ebro in La Rioja and Iberian Rioja, and Álava, among others. Spain's national forecaster said that unstable air was moving across the north and east of the Iberian Peninsula, bringing heavy showers, thunderstorms, and in some places, torrential downpours. The worst parts of the storm will hit Catalonia, Aragon, and the Valencian Community, where intense rain is likely from early Saturday. Later in the day, the storms are expected to spread to the Cantabrian coast, the Balearic Islands, and parts of central and eastern Spain, before conditions begin to clear overnight. While the rain lashes parts of the country, it will still be boiling hot in southeastern Spain, where temperatures could hit sweltering highs. Reports say Murcia, Alicante, inland Andalusia, and parts of Extremadura will see temperatures approaching or exceeding 40 degrees. The extreme heat will mark a sharp contrast to the torrential rainfall about to be seen in other parts of the country. Temperatures will then drop in much of the mainland and the Canary Islands. Winds will also pick up, especially in the Canary Islands and along the Alboran coast, potentially reaching strong to very strong levels. Train services were suspended, firefighters responded to over 700 incidents, and emergency phone alerts were sent to residents during heavy rainfall episode. The arrival of Dana, a high-level isolated depression, a weather phenomenon capable of producing intense rainfall, placed Catalonia on high alert on Saturday. The Catalan Weather Service, Meteocat, issued a very high-risk warning, levels 5 and 6, the highest possible, during the day for intense rain throughout the territory. Although initial warnings were orange and yellow in the morning, the forecast worsened significantly, prompting authorities to upgrade the alert to the maximum level. A mobile phone alert was sent across Catalonia to warn residents as the heavy storms moved in. Civil protection advised the public to avoid travel and outdoor activities, and to stay away from rivers and flood-prone areas. The heaviest rain occurred mainly during midday and the afternoon, and by 7:30 p.m., the red alerts were deactivated for much of the territory. Residents in areas no longer at risk received another phone alert informing them that the danger had passed. The heavy rains forced the suspension of all Renfe and Rodalies train services in Catalonia. At 4 p.m., Rodalies announced that all rail traffic was halted for safety reasons. Authorities also stated that alternative road transport could not be guaranteed. The suspension affected commuter, Rodalies, regional, and long-distance trains, including high-speed avenue services. Several stations were closed to prevent overcrowding and ensure public safety. As for the Ferrocarrils de la Generalitat, they operated normally throughout the day. By 7 p.m., high-speed trains resumed service, and Rodalies gradually recovered operations. Since the beginning of the rain episode, firefighters received more than 700 calls. Between 3:30 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. alone, they handled over 300 calls, most of them coming from the southern part of the Barcelona metropolitan area. Vilanova i la Geltrú, Vilafranca del Penedès, and Igualada were among the towns with the highest number of alerts. Meanwhile, the 112 emergency hotline received nearly 1,000 calls, mainly from the Anoia and Alt Penedès counties. While the most intense rainfall is forecast for Saturday, precipitation already began overnight. On Friday night, authorities received 70 incident reports, all of which were classified as minor. The Barcelona City Council activated the flood risk alert, leading to the suspension of all planned outdoor activities. As a result, the Tibidabo amusement park, the zoo, Park Güell, and all public parks were closed. On the beaches, lifeguards were withdrawn and the red flag was raised to prohibit swimming. All municipal cleaning services were also instructed to return to base. The Cruïlla Festival postponed the opening of its doors for 9:30 p.m. and is working with artists to reschedule the canceled concerts. The Grec Festival also suspended all of its activities for the day. Danas, high-level isolated depression, are a common weather phenomenon in the Mediterranean region. They can cause sudden shifts in weather, bringing intense rainfall and storms within minutes, often concentrated in highly localized areas. One such Dana was responsible for the devastating floods in Valencia in October last year, where more than 227 people tragically lost their lives, one of the deadliest weather-related disasters in Spain in recent memory. However, authorities stress that not every Dana results in disaster. While caution is always advised, there is no reason to panic with each occurrence. Meanwhile, a major flooding event struck Tarazona and several areas of Zaragoza province, Spain, on July 11th, following the impact of a stationary convective system. The storm system produced extraordinary rainfall rates, leading to urban flooding, transportation disruptions, and civil protection interventions. In Tarazona, rainfall reached 85 millimeters, 3.3 inches, in 30 minutes, resulting in flooded streets, ground floor residences, garages, and commercial establishments. Municipal crews reported over 30 flood-related incidents, including fallen trees and blocked roads, but no casualties. Streets in the historic center were submerged, and local residents were forced to remove water from homes and clear debris. For 100 people, primarily children attending summer camps, were evacuated from multiple locations in Las Merindades, a mountainous region in northern Burgos, Spain. The Civil Guard coordinated evacuations despite severe access difficulties caused by saturated terrain. In Nela, 2 camps housing 186 kids aged 8 to 16, along with staff, were relocated to the Vilarcao de Merindad Sports Center, 140 kids in Loma de Montilla, where ground conditions proved most challenging. Meanwhile, in Pamplona, the storm prompted temporary suspension of San Fermin festivities, including the Toro de Fuego and events in Antonuti Park, although fireworks and concerts were later reinstated following storm mitigation. In Grizon, rainfall intensity peaked at 130 millimeters, 5.1 inches, in 1 hour from 22:30 to 23:30, leading to the closure of a 68 motorway due to flash flooding. Civil protection authorities activated the Preseifmar Level 1 emergency protocol, later escalating it to Level 2, and deployed the Unidad Militar de Emergencias (UME) to affected zones including Tarazona, Bocanini, Plaitas, Pradilla de Ebro, Pedrola, and Figueruelas for evaluation and response. The flooding also caused power outages affecting at least 621 customers in Pradilla and Bocanini, restored by 3:52 on July 12 after interventions on a medium voltage line. Hail up to 2 centimeters, 0.8 inches, in diameter and gusty winds were reported in Calatayud, Daroca, and areas of Campo de Borja, intensifying impacts in the broader Aragon region. The government extended orange and yellow alerts into July 12 across Aragon and Catalonia for potential further storms, localized hail, and flash flooding. Hail, which could accompany storms in the Valencian Community on Saturday, has made its presence felt in the Castellón towns of Betxí, Nules, Vilavella and Burriana in the Plana Baixa region, and in Villanueva de Viver in the Alto Millares region. The Valencian Meteorological Association, AVAMET, has reported these hailstorms and that in Taurus, in the Alto Palencia region, also in the province of Castellón, wind gusts reached 114 kilometers per hour, while in Vinaros, on the northern coast of Castellón, more than 100 liters per square meter had accumulated as of 2:30 p.m. AVAMET has reported that temperatures plummeted throughout inland Castellón, with records of 5.9 degrees in El Toro, in the Alto Palencia region, at 5:55 p.m. on Saturday. He also highlighted that the storms affecting the Castellón regions of Alto Palencia and Plana Baixa and the northern Valencian region of Camp de Morvedre were accompanied by wet gusts that generated strong wind gusts of between 70 and 100 kilometers per hour. Aragon continued to record heavy rains in various parts of the region this Saturday afternoon, although the incidents reported were isolated and the situation was gradually improving after the State Meteorological Agency, EMET, deactivated the orange alerts for rain and storms throughout the region. According to the Aragonese government, the only yellow warnings for rain and storms currently remain active in the Pyrenees and in the Teruel mountain ranges of Gutter, Mestrago, Albarracin, and Javilamber. However, the Level 2 emergency phase of the Special Civil Protection Plan for Adverse Weather Events, Preseifmar, remains active. These sources indicate that the afternoon is passing more calmly, although isolated incidents have been reported in Alcañiz, Casp, Quinto, Calanda, Rafaelis, Igea de los Caballeros, and Teruel, while in Motorland the Spanish Speed Championship that was scheduled to be held this Saturday has been suspended as a precaution. An Airbus aircraft that had just taken off from Barcelona Airport bound for the United States was forced to return to the Barcelona airport after hail from one of the severe storms that hit Catalonia this Saturday completely crushed the nose of the aircraft. Air traffic controllers explained on social media that the plane's crew informed them that they had just been hit by hail, which could have caused damage, and that they needed to return to Barcelona. After carrying out checks, The plane landed back at El Prat Airport without incident. Once on the ground, it was confirmed that the hail had completely crushed the nose of the aircraft, an A330, a model that has the radome, a structure that protects the weather radar and other electronic components of the aircraft in the area affected by the hail. In the Barcelona town of Súria, the rising waters of the Cardina River and heavy rains swept away several empty vehicles early this afternoon, so no rescue work was necessary, according to the Generalitat Fire Department.